Now up next, it is Tehseen Poonawalla versus Aman Sinha. Tehseen Poonawalla is the same gentleman who was sitting with me in the studio yesterday and trying to ask me, do you have the report, do you have the letters, do you have proof that this had happened? Tehseen Poonawalla, in your face is the proof. In your face is the multiple reminders. In your face is the laxity that's been shown. In your face is the betrayal of the Lokayukta's office by the Siddaramaiah government. What do you have to say? And Aman Sinha, what a travesty. A retired justice put his life under peril because the government believes Lokayukta does not merit the kind of respect it deserves.
What a
their own intel officials tell them that this is what is required and what they provide is half measures. Lock and key, non-functioning metal detectors. And a person can do a recce, make an attempt once, fail, come back and then stab him multiple times. That's also the whole sequence of events. Tehseen Poonawalla.
What a travesty. What a travesty that when Rahul Gandhi said Lokpal should be made a constitutional body, this Prime Minister, after promising it, has not delivered, and therefore we've led to all these troubles, and he's still fighting the Supreme Court against the Lokpal, just like when he was Chief Minister. He fought against the appointment of Lokayukta and lost 3 times in the Supreme Court in 2 review petitions. What a travesty of justice that the Lokpal that had put Yadurappa in jail, today's this institution has come down to this situation simply because the Prime Minister does not want to invite Mallikarjun Kharge and revive the institution. And what a travesty that we have still not found out which elements of what sung want to do this to prove that Karnataka, the law and order is not good.
We have to find out confuse and confound. Tried to confuse and confound. Now, let me tell you one thing before I go across to, before I bring in Mr. Aman Sinha.
Yeah.
There is more news that is coming in at this point in time. You see in this document, sir, the intel report actually says the DCP Vidhana Soda is supposed to supervise the security arrangement. This is what the intel report says. Look what is happening. The DCP Vidhana Soda currently stands suspended. The DCP Vidhana Soda is standing suspended because this report said DCP Vidhana Soda's responsibility to make it happen. So now they will suspend. This shows that when Times Now questions, the Congress might not come to Times Now, but the Congress party watches Times Now. The Congress party watches Times Now. The Congress party reacts to Times Now. The Congress party reacts to questions raised here on Times Now. We question the labs, they replace the metal detectors. We put out the report, they are suspending the DCP. That is what is happening, Aman Sinha, right now.
They should watch Times Now. It's the #1 channel.
No, they should actually come on the debate and answer some hard questions rather than deflect and digress. That's what is happening. Because Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla will ask questions of everybody else but Mr. Siddaramaiah. Aman Sinha.
I'm congratulating Siddaramaiah for suspending the DCP.
Anand, we are all shocked at this murderous assault on sitting Lokayukta in Karnataka. Judges discharge their constitutional functions and constitutional obligations. And if this is the state of affairs of security of judges who are discharging their constitutional functions, that they have to repeatedly write letters for getting a simple metal detector, for having basic elementary security in place, then it reflects and manifests the kind of lawlessness which prevails in Karnataka. There's been a complete breakdown of law and order machinery, it would seem. And you have mentioned that since 2015, the state intelligence itself has been writing repeatedly, the Lokayukta has been writing repeatedly, but for Congress government, their priorities seem to be different. I do not know where their priorities lie. Are they only interested in some commercial issues and you know, all these scandals and scams which are coming out from the Karnataka government? Is that what their priority is? If a judge cannot be protected and safeguarded, what would be plight of an ordinary citizen? The law and order has gone from bad to worse, Anand. And this is only a manifestation of the kind of lawlessness and the law and order which prevails in state of Karnataka. And let me remind everybody that since may I just 10 seconds. Anand, just 10 seconds.
Yes.
Judges discharge their very important constitutional obligations. Many a times they decide such challenging issues, and they should be provided adequate security and safety. And the state government has completely failed and betrayed. And Lokayukta, Anand, you know that Lokayukta looks into all the complaints with respect to functioning of the government machinery. I do not know whether it was a deliberate act on part of the state government to keep the security in such shambles.
Not just that,
and state government and Mr. Siddaramaiah they have to be held accountable.
Aman's a very good lawyer, however, where
There's a lot of echo in my EP, if it can be corrected.
Yes.
Yesterday when I busted Amit Malviya's figures, I'll have to do that with him as well, because he says law and order is deteriorated. With every statistic of Ministry of Home Affairs under Rajnath Singh ji says that law and order is actually improved in the 5 years of Congress government. For example, one statistic I'll give you, I won't go into all. Murders were 8,885, now it's 7,759 under Congress. So it's actually come down. But no, the BJP will come and give its own statistics and figures. It's called Jumlebazi. He talks about the safety of judges. We all know what's happening with judges actually in our Supreme
Any
Court.
data with respect to law and order issue comes and emanates from state only. So please do not mislead here.
It's been released in Parliament by Ministry of Home Affairs. This is no question in Parliament raised by a BJP
So now
MP.
again,
This is
like
all
he
data
said,
which is provided by the
like
state
Tehseen
government.
Poonawalla
I do not know what
claims to
figures you are
dispel-
quoting and
dispel-
referring. But the
dispel
fact of the
numbers and
matter
facts.
is
Let me say
that there is a
Tehseen
murderous
Poonawalla is also
attack
conveniently
on a
economical
sitting
with
judge.
facts.
Anand,
Yes, Aman Sinha.
there is a murderous
Yes,
attack
Aman
on a
Sinha.
sitting judge, and the Congress party is trying to justify it.
We also know
we have
Not
seen
just
other
that,
leaders who
Siddaramaiah
are
has
trying to
got
say
direct
that
control over the
Lokayukta
Home
should have been
Ministry
more
in
careful
Karnataka.
in not allowing
for a
people
long
with
time
knives
was also
inside his
involved as
office.
also the acting Home
Is the-
Minister.
Now there's a Home Minister. There's a Home Minister now.
No, but Ramalinga Reddy, you know what? Who's
Reddy is
controlling the
is
shot?
a judge
Who
supposed
the
to
ACP,
discharge his constitutional obligations,
works under?
adjudicate
Why the
upon
Karnataka
matters,
Lokayukta
or
has
frisk
been
all
took
the
away
all
the power
people
to
who are
look
coming
like
into his
to
chamber?
Just answer one question
So
of mine.
plenty
You
of
speak about
questions are there,
judges.
sir. There is no defense except for the fact that Mr. Siddaramaiah needs to own up that from M.M. Kalburgi to Justice Vishwanath Shetty, the point is that at all points in time, security was lax. Security was lax. People, they will call out and ask names. Anurag Tiwari's father and his brother today have turned around and said 8 visits they have made. Mayank Tiwari says 8 visits he's made to Bengaluru. Not one file in the last 10 months of a dead IAS officer, a slain IAS officer, a killed, a murdered IAS officer has even moved an inch. They have not even paid him his dues for the work he did for the state of Karnataka. That is the level of apathy that is being shown. His house was ransacked, papers were buried, not one finger has moved in the Siddaramaiah government. Now you please tell me, why is it that there are 56 cases under the ACB, which is under the aegis of Siddaramaiah, alleging graft against leaders in the government and various scams. Not one action has been taken. Tell me something, sir. December 2014, a serious charge was raised. 56 cases are there. How many do you want me to raise? I'm raising the first one. Lokayukta and Raichur raised a case against the leader of the opposition of the Congress party in Lok Sabha. I asked you this yesterday. You kept mum. No action has happened. Not a word has happened. And the powers taken away from the ACB conveniently, from the Lokayukta conveniently, saying ACB will look at it and it's all mum there. It's all absolute silence. Aman,
let me answer.
Yes, answer this.
Amanji, just do me one favor and promise Anand and
Absolutely
me.
shocking.
Tomorrow in Parliament, you'll pass a law and make Lokpal Lokayukta constitutional body. All of this will get over. Why are you not even appointing a Lokpal? Let Aman first appoint a Lokpal.
The Lokpal and Lokayukta bill. Now please, since you have raised the issue, please allow me to respond.
Aman Sinha, respond.
Who's the Lokpal since the last 4 years?
Aman Sinha, respond.
Tell us who's the Lokpal.
Aman Sinha, respond.
No, first of all, Tehseen is deflecting the issue, or he should straight away admit that law and order and security has been extremely lax in state of Karnataka. As far as the issue of Lokpal Act is concerned, Lokayukta is a state subject, so you should be conscious about that. I do not want to give you a preaching on that. As far as the Lokpal Act is concerned, let me say, Anand, please allow me to respond.
Sorry.
That the enactment has been plagued in delay only because of the Congress party's acts and omissions. It was referred to standing committee. The enactment has been drafted in such a flawed manner that unless it was corrected, it would have proven to be a toothless tiger. And this is what the government is doing. The Congress party, even today, you have seen that leader of opposition has been walking out of several meetings which were conducted just in order to appoint the Lokpal. This is the fact of the matter, and therefore the Congress party is only misleading. They are trying to divert and delay these issues, and instead of addressing these issues and the kind of work that this government has done, let me remind Anand that for the first time, the most potent Lokayukta Act came in state of Uttarakhand when it was BJP government there, and that enactment, the Congress government, when it came to power, it rescinded, it retracted and annulled that enactment. This is the credibility of the Congress party with respect to Lokpal and Lokayukt, and they have cheeks to preach everybody about Lokpal and Lokayukt. The kind of work that this government has done on anti-corruption front, Anand, whether it is demonetization, whether it is GST,
Sir,
or large number of such measures, I do not even want to count that, right from the first cabinet meeting where SIT on black money was constituted. There are large number of such measures.
Sir,
what this government has done on anti-corruption
that have been put out.
The Congress government has not been able to do in past 60 years.
I am looking at if Siddaramaiah has put out large ads of how Karnataka has been given the best governance so far. It has been given. Let me ask you this. Just see this graphic if you can put it out. August 2015 is when this Intel report, after the Bhaskar Rao case, this Intel report was submitted, where it was said that the Lokayukta security needs to be upped. August 2015. If you can put that graphic out, please, in terms of the number of reminders. I'd just like to take our viewers through that again. If my team can respond, if I can ask Shashi to please fire. Yeah. Now, August 2015, this entire aspect happened. The report was sent. Intel report recommends, sent in, and then reminders were sent in June 2016. After that, in October 2016. After that, it was in August 2017. Reminders were sent also in January 2018 about implementing this report. Then, even just for the basic metal detector, 3 reminders were sent in 2017. Nothing happened. After the Lokayukta was stabbed, after the lapses in security were questioned, he puts out a metal detector there and shows saying that it is working. Ladies and gentlemen, Sidda betrayed Lokayukta is the breaking story on the Newshour. Here, Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla, take these reports. Take these reports. You asked us, does Times Now have proof? We have proof. We back our claims. We back our claims. We back the story. When I said 20 letters were written, they were written. 20 letters were written, they were written. This is not over. Mr. Siddaramaiah has to answer. I have to move on here on the Newshour tonight. Another major development coming up here on the Newshour.